now for your Comixium Hypo forecast for February 12th, 2020. A lot has happened over the last 2 days. Alpha has explosively intensified somehow. Now a Category 5 hurricane in the freaking Great Lakes, and 02 and 03G have formed, which are both subtropical depressions. Tropical storm watches are over for those reasons, Meanwhile, in the North Indian Ocean, Hypo died yesterday as Pstar continues to be alive, with O1b also forming east of India. There is also another invest also, but not much else going on. And meanwhile, in the Mediterranean basin, remember Invest 90M, which had a low chance of development? Well, it's become Benny, and it has explosively intensified since the last tropical weather bulletin, and is now an extremely catastrophic Category 5 hurricane. It is expected to go on and cause extreme damage in portions of southern France. I honestly don't know how this happened, considering this went from 45 to around 190 miles an hour in about 36 hours, but it happened, and this is something we need to deal with. I have no idea what is wrong with this basin, but it's going insane already, and it's only February. Now, what's also been helping the storm is the fact that Spain launched a random experiment into the ocean to see what happened, and it failed, and needless to say, the oceans are much warmer, around 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. That's not good at all. In the Western Pacific, Hypo has rapidly intensified after forming as a subtropical storm, and it is expected to make a loop and possibly hit Japan as a strong typhoon. There is also another invest which has a 70% chance of formation right now, and another random one right next to the Philippines, which we have for absolutely no reason at all. It's just to be there and give some West Pacific some personality. In other news, the South Atlantic is still going crazy as TD1Q became Manny and has gradually intensified into a Category 1, the first since 2004 yesterday. We also have Invest 91Q, which looks to be forming soon, along with 92 and 93Q, which could also become something eventually. In the Southwest Indian Ocean, Arandro has surprisingly weakened to a strong tropical storm today due to its slow movement and upwelling. I wouldn't be fooled by this, however, since this official forecast from the NWHA has it strengthening once again to a major status by the weekend. Along Arandro is 91S, which is expected to develop into a tropical cyclone in the Mozambique Channel later this week, presumably Thursday or Friday. Models showed an intense and slow-moving storm, but fortunately it's expected to remain offshore. Heavy rain and possible gusty winds are the main impacts expected from 91S in the future, but the track is definitely not certain. It's because welcome to the season, which is already drunk. And in the Australian basin, Herald has formed today, along with 91S, which now has a high chance of development, and 92S, which has recently formed. As you can tell by the graphic, Herald is expected to pass through Queensland before curving out and hitting northern Australia as a Category 1 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. Here's a look at Hypo, which now has winds of 125 miles an hour and a pressure of 950. Obviously, the threat to land, as mentioned before, is Japan. Here's also a look at Benny, which now has winds over 190 miles an hour and a pressure of 880, making it the strongest Manny storm to ever exist. Obviously, the threat to land currently is France and their love of croissants. Here's the latest forecast from the MWHA, which has the storm re-intensifying and then intensifying pretty gradually, becoming a Category 3 very dangerously close to Mauritius. In the meantime, tropical storm watches are already placed for Port Martharan and in Réunion. With that said, here's a look at the names. Next, we have Arthur for the Atlantic. In the Eastern Pacific, we'll be looking for Amanda. For the Western Pacific, Jangmi. For the North Indian Ocean, Baz. For the Australian region, we're looking for Imogen. For Southwest Indian Ocean, we're still looking for Gerudo, which will probably form soon and not be related to Gerutaro. And in the South Atlantic, we're looking for Okira. That's all for now. See you next time, and see what chaos we will see.